Hey guys, the Sweet Nicholas Traveler's collecting Modniir Manes. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. Which you can farm in Dracker Lake outside of Sif Hollow. Um, there's not really much you can do to farm them solo. I mean, you can SOS it, but it takes a really long time, so you might just want to go ahead and use a party. This particular group over here, you might want to avoid because if you try to go aggro them, you're gonna get a bunch of nightmares spawn, so not really the best idea. And just go ahead and exit out of my alliance chat so that I don't have to keep blocking out their names. Because I don't want you to spam PM them, that's why. Because I know there will be people that try to do that if I show names in the video. Anyway, if you're having difficulty aggroing a group, you can attack the spirit that the ranger lays down, and that'll get them to run over to fight you. It's also really efficient to do that if you don't want to fight any of the frozen elementals, because you can just attack the spirit and then move away so that if there is an elemental in the way, you can just move around it. Uh, the group with the boss, the ranger boss, is particularly difficult because it's usually a rather large group, and surprise, the boss is really strong. So, yeah, I'm gonna die, so there's not much I could do there. But it was close enough to the red shrine, so if you are gonna die, there's a red shrine that you can drag enemies to. But again, I'd recommend using maybe one or two heroes, possibly Dunkro, Talkira, or Odgin, your three monks, just to heal you. Uh, and maybe one more for damage would be ideal. But you don't want to use a whole party because then drop rate would be really terrible, in addition to how bad it already is. Like an entire 15 to 20 minute run will only get you about like between 3 and 5. Like that's what I was getting on average. So not really the best drop rate in the world for something that's so difficult to collect. And the 3 to 5 average is me soloing with my SOS. So if you have a party, probably gonna be lower than that. There's quite a few enemies in this area actually. So like there's you can really run around anywhere and find them. But the tricky part is avoiding the other groups that you don't want to fight because that just adds time to the run. And sometimes the other enemies might be kind of strong. The frost elementals that or whatever they're called, not really that powerful, but if you aggro too many of them, can be a real problem. And then they got some other enemies, the chilling wisp or whatever the dervish elemental things are called. They can be really problemsome. I'm not even sure if that's a word. They can be troublesome. So just be prepared for that. What else? Ooh, Tuesday. Y'all might be watching this after Tuesday, but if not, if you're watching this on Tuesday or Monday night, Tuesday pre-purchase for Guild Wars 2 opens up, so you can go ahead and do that. And this is going to be the end of the run because I don't feel like fighting anything else. It takes too long and there's just not that much profit in it. So you might want to consider skipping this week if you really don't want to farm all that much. It's not an easy week and drop rate's terrible. So I won't hold it against you, but I'll see you next week nonetheless. See you guys then.